Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So early this year, I made a video about Fnhon Gust with 16-inch wheel, and it get a lot of traction, and a lot of you leaving comment and asking me, hey, if I'm 180 cm, could I fit the bike? If I am 100 kilos, can I fit the bike? If I'm 90 kilos, can I fit the bike? So the answer is no, because the Fnhon Gust 16-inch wasn't designed for a bigger size rider, be it you are taller or be it you are heavier. There is an answer today. Over here, this is a Fnhon Gust 20-inch. So before I start the video, thank you very much for Philips from PPcycle that borrowed me this bike to do this review. I'm just an average Joe like you all, which I wouldn't be able to afford every single bike that I review. So with the support of PPcycles or local bike shop, right, it is very helpful for me to keep more content coming up. And as usual, I'll break down the review in a few segments. The first will be the frame set, second group set, third wheel set, finishing kit, and there's one more extra for this episode, which I will make some comparison of 20-inch and 16-inch, and last but not least, the 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like. Right, let's go. So let's talk about the frame for a little bit. Over here, as you can see, the frame, it feels like there's not much different from the 16-inch. As I explained in the previous video, so Fnhon is actually a China company who used to OEM folding bike for Dahon. As most of you probably already know, Dahon is one of the biggest folding bike company in the world. Just like any other brands from China, right, a lot of them started from manufacturing, and sooner or later they start their own brand. It's been a few years since Gust launched, and it always stay at 16-inch wheel size. And I guess after a few years, Fnhon got enough of requests. Hey, please do something to cater for taller rider. Please do something for bigger wheel. We want a bigger bike. And here it is, the 20-inch Fnhon Gust. It's just like an enlarged version of 16-inch. It is still the same, the end rear forks design. There's no seat stay over here. There's this triangle here for enforcement. It's still straight tubing made by 4130 chrome moly. The black color is the new addition to the 16-inch recently, and of course I guess the sales was quite good, and they also applied it to the 20-inch. Over here at the main tube, the older version of Fnhon actually doesn't have this gold words. It just embossed. By the time progressed, they realized they want to have this gold hint over here. So previously, there is some complaint about a Fnhon workmanship which quite meh, but I can see they are really improved in all this new batch of frame. The welding is, I wouldn't say perfect, but decent enough. And one thing that is very interesting over here, there is a front derailleur hanger over here. I guess it's a good news for most of the buyer, because you can easily make this bike into a 2x, and you will have a very wide gear ratio climb or to go on the flat route lah. In terms of design, I don't have much to say because it's just almost exactly the same like the previous version. You have your water bottle cage mounting over here, and of course I love the gold hint on the black frame. The paint job, as usual, I think is one of the main selling point of Gust. It looks really good over here. And there's one more thing that I realized, which is this frame doesn't come with any kickstand mount. I prefer to have that because for a 20-inch folding bike, I probably want a double kickstand that enable me to just park my bike easily. I guess there's a downside by having this end rear fork design. And yeah, I'll move on to the next, which is the group set. So in terms of group set, one thing good about Fnhon compared to the other folding bike brand is the customization. Because Fnhon was one of the brands that offer frame-only options to the market. And this bike over here, PPcycle already fitted everything into a complete bike, and this is a light spec. So if you're buying from PPcycle, they're actually offering a few range of finishing kits or wheel set lah. So I'll put his Shopee link down below in the description. You can check them out. So one interesting things in this bike, right? The first thing that I look at it, the derailleur and the shifter, is a very interesting one. It is by this brand called Sensor, and the model is MX9. So by the name explained, MX9, usually 9 will represent how many speed is this group set. So the shifters, it looks very identical to SRAM shifter. And then also you have the derailleur at the same series, which is the MX9. The brake over here is a very popular brake lever in the folding bike world, the Avid FR5. This is, I would say, one of the best and affordable brake lever you can get in the market. The brake system for this bike, it is a V-brake front and back. It explains why it is Avid FR5, because it's a long pull lever, and long pull lever is usually used for V-brake or a long pull disc brake. The crankset over here, no surprise, Light Pro, which is one of the popular brand for folding bike. I think if you are into folding bike, you probably heard them enough. One thing which is very interesting over here at this derailleur, I actually couldn't find the barrel adjuster. Oh yeah, the barrel adjuster is actually at the shifter instead of the derailleur. So if you want to index your gear, this is where you tune your gear. Cable wise, no surprise, is an external cable. Everything external. I wouldn't want my folding bike to be internal, because internal gear cable is actually quite hard to work with compared to external. The brake cable and shifting cable is by jack wire that is commonly used in bicycle. So the cassette over here is a 9-speed Sunshine 1128T. I'm not very sure what is the max capacity of this derailleur. Looking at that distance, probably can cater until 1132. It's up for that rider to choose what is the gear ratio that they prefer. But I guess with the front derailleur option, 1128 is a decent cassette to start with. Once you add on one more derailleur or one small chainring in front, you will be able to get a really light gear because of the wheel size. And now moving on to the wheel set. So the wheel set over here, the first thing you can see is not fully black. I like it because it is a rim brake bike, right? And there is a lot of wheel set out there, they just paint it black. But after you ride for a few rounds, the paint will rub off, which I feel like there's no point of doing that. Oh, so only use a full black wheel set if you are using disc brake. Nothing fancy over here. Is a Light Pro K-Fun. This is a 20-inch 406 wheel set. For those who are new or for those who don't know, 20-inch basically break down into 406 and 451. So what is the difference? 406 is actually smaller in diameter, and also you can fit a wider tires on it, while 451 is actually slightly bigger in diameter. Some people say it's like 21 to 22-inch, and the tires you are fitting on it usually are a bit narrower. If I were to compare, it's like 406 is like the mountain bike tires, and 451 is the road tires. So of course 406 and 451, there is a pros and cons. There's no best wheel size. It always depends on what you are looking for. And the tires over here, because it is a light specs, is using CST tires. There's no model, it just says CT. So I guess I could call it CST CT. So by the name explained, it's probably a commuter tires. The usual characteristic of commuter tires is the rolling resistance usually is higher, but the puncture protection is better as well. And of course, if you want that look that everybody want, 10-wall look, Suabe, they does have 406 tire. There is Suabe Marathoner, which come with 10-wall as well. So do your online shopping if you want to upgrade the look that you want to. Is this tire good enough? I guess it's good enough if you just started and you are doing a Santai ride. City tires, like I said, with the puncture protection, you won't get a lot of puncture on road, which is very frustrating. You have to change your tube. If you don't have enough spares, you have to call a Grab and things like that. So now let's do a free hub sound check. Not bad. I guess that's it for wheel set. Next thing will be the finishing kit. So finishing kit over here, I would say very standard from PPcycle. The grip is a Light Pro foam grip. Okay, comfortable to start with. I like there is this gold ring over here at that black gold essence of the whole bike to balancing out that thing. The saddle is a pretty generic one. I don't see any brand over here. Saddle is very subjective lah. If it doesn't suitable to you, change to something that is suitable to you. The seat post is a Light Pro A61. Now you see, this is the main difference from 20-inch to 16-inch. The same seat post that I have on my 16-inch Fnhon Gust, it is at max. But over here, it's only at 4, which is plenty of space to cater. So if you're a taller rider, for example, you are 175 or 180, easily this can be raised to fit you. One interesting thing from PPcycle's Fnhon Gust, right? Most of the model that he sell all come with a curved gooseneck handle post. This is something that I don't like. I like it straight. I like it to be aggressive, but based on the owner of PPcycle, because of the reach is very short, by using a gooseneck handle post, it can increase the reach and give a more comfortable riding posture lah. Me myself, I like it straight, I like it aggressive, so my saddles is always higher than my handle post. Racer kind of look, although I'm not a racer. Pedal over here is a pretty generic well-go pedal. It's good enough to start with, but by the time progress, if you want a clipless pedal, SPD pedal, you can just change. Pedal is just something very easy to replace lah. As usual, I will just fold it down for you guys to see how does it look like. I'll just comment a little bit on the folder size since it's a folding bike, right? When the bike fold up, we all want to know how is it and all those. So one thing I realized, the handle post is actually fold out instead of fold in, which usually it will increase that, which is it become more tebal, more thick, right? So with the curved handle post, you will get even thicker. Since it's a bifold folding bike, there's no surprise that shape and package is just very normal. Most of the folding bike fold this way, and most of the folding bike fold down at this size. I don't think this is a very good package for you to bring up to LRT or any public transport, because it's actually quite big. If I stand it over here and in the train, this will take up too much space where people might give you a weird eyesight looking at you as one kind and all those kind of things. If you want to load into your car, yes, this size are fine. I load it in my Myvi and it doesn't take up a lot of space. Probably I can fit 2 or 3 of this into a Myvi, which okay lah, you know. It's a decent size for a folding bike if you want to do a car plus bicycle. But if you want to do train plus bicycle or bus plus bicycle, this might be a bit too big. And in terms of storage also, this one probably doesn't go under your desk that easier compared to 16-inch. It depends on what desk you're using, but of course these are a little bit bigger in terms of size. Now let's go to another interesting part, which I will get my 16-inch Gust at here so you can see the difference. Now, so by laying out both bike over here, you can straight away see the difference. So the first thing I realized is definitely the reach and also the height of the saddle. Over here, I think I have a pretty much similar saddle height like I mentioned. That is already maxed out the seat post. This one still have a lot of space where you can increase if you are a tall rider. I think 180 no problem for sure. And of course, by increase the wheel size from 16-inch to 20-inch, right, everything will be changed. For example, the bottom bracket height will be different. By having a bigger wheel size, you also have a bit more stable handling compared to 16-inch. 16-inch sometimes is a bit tweezy. 20-inch will be much better when you are going downhill or in a high speed, right? And of course, the folder size, this one I'll just show it on picture for you. So as you can see, the folder size is actually quite significant. Even I have my accessory attached on it, I have everything attached on it, the 20-inch are still bigger. So do put this into your consideration factor if you are in the market for this bike. And last but not least, 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like. Let's go. So now you have watched through my video, and here come the 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like, right? I'll talk about the good things first, right? When I know about this 20-inch Fnhon Gust, I am happy for the taller rider lah. The first thing that I like is it can fit taller rider or plus size rider. It doesn't have that limitation for people to start cycling. And as I always say, cycling is supposed to be something easy, affordable and accessible. And by having this 20-inch, it makes cycling again accessible. You don't have to buy and go back and only realize it's too short for me. I'm gonna get knee pain when I'm pedaling. The second thing is more like the usual benefit from 20-inch bike. The handling and also the clearance is much better. I think this is a very basic physics, right? When you have a bigger wheel, the handling is better. This applies to everything, gravel bike, road bike, folding bike, mountain bike. Mountain bike, for example, they keep increasing the wheel size throughout so many years, from 26 inches to 27.5 inches until today is at 29 years. That obviously shows that how a wheel size will significantly improve your handling, which is one of the most important in mountain bike world. So when you come to folding bike, bigger wheel, better handling, always welcome. The third things that I like is this frame actually comes with a front back mount, which is something I really like. So back then when I got my first Gust, right, there's nothing in front, like the head tube will be just Fnhon logo and that's it, which in terms of practicality is not the best. I guess Brompton set the standard of practicality. That front bracket mount idea is actually come from Brompton, where you can put your bag, if you are converting your bike to become an e-bike, you can put your battery there, your water bottles, everything. It basically makes this bike very suitable for daily commuting. If you want to go for grocery, you want to ride to work, you need space to put all your stuff. By having that front brackets mount, it makes this bike very practical. Three things that I don't really like, right? The first thing is the folder size. The folder size are rather big. I guess it's even slightly bigger compared to your usual folding bike because of the curved handle post. It's just big. I don't know, maybe because I'm so used to 16-inch wheel. 20-inch doesn't sound very small for me anymore. Yes, it's foldable. You can fit into your car easily. You don't need roof rack, you don't need rear rack. When we talk about can you use this bike and do MRT and go to work? Maybe you can do it if you are taking the train during non-peak hour, but during peak hour, these bikes are a little bit too big. I guess this is not Fnhon Gust 20-inch problem. This is a 20-inch bike problem. It's just that Gust got an even bigger folder package. So second point are the proportion looks not great. I guess because they just take that frame and then they like tap, make it bigger. So there is no geometry research and all those. It feels like that wheel is not supposed to be on this bike. It is just, I don't know if it's just me or if everyone okay with that. And the third thing is actually related, which is that aesthetic is losing that vintage modern bike aesthetic. There is this thing about Gust which makes everyone crazy about it, is that vintagey design, that very minimal straight line design, the embossed logo, nothing loud, it's just very subtle yet elegant. I guess that's maybe it's just me, but for those people who can't even fit a 16-inch, right? Yeah, like I mean, this is probably not something that bother them lah. That's all for this video. So if you already watched until this point, do subscribe to my channel and also hit the little bell icon so that you get notification whenever I'll upload a new video. So my name is Chu Chen. This channel is all about cycling, bicycles, and I'll do review from time to time. So until next one, bye bye. So by laying out both bike over here, right?